Hello, children. A very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for giving such a great response to our learning sessions. Learning is a process that is never ending, right? Keeping this in mind, we continue our academic session with the second chapter in grammar. Noun case. Let's have a look at what we are going to learn in this chapter. We are going to learn noun and case, nominative case, objective or accusative case, possessive or genitive case, dative case, and vocative case. Before we start with noun case, let's recall what nouns are. Nouns make up the largest class of words in most languages, including English. We know that a noun is a naming word that refers to a thing, a person, an animal, a place, or an idea. Nouns have certain functions or jobs in a sentence. For example, doctors work hard. Here, doctors are the subject of the verb work. He likes coffee. Here, coffee is the object of the verb likes. Teachers teach students. Here, teachers are the subject and students are the object. We understood what a noun is. Noun case is the form that a noun or pronoun takes to show its relationship to other words in a sentence. It tells us about the position and grammatical function of a noun in a sentence. For example, the poet came here. We called the poet. That book is the poet's. Here we can see the different forms of the noun poet. It tells us the function performed by the noun poet in the sentences. In the first sentence, when we ask the question, who came here? We get the answer, the poet. In the second sentence, when we ask the question, whom did we call? The answer is the poet. In the first sentence, the poet is the subject of the sentence. In the second one, the poet is the object of the sentence. In the third sentence, when we ask the question, whose book is it? We get the answer, the poet's. Can you see the difference in the sentences? Let's look at a few more examples. Mr. Ram is here today. When we ask the question, who is here? We get the answer, Mr. Ram. The next one. They went to Mr. Ram. When we ask the question, whom did they go to? We get the answer, Mr. Ram. Next one. That chair is Mr. Ram's. When we ask the question, whom does that chair belong to? We get the answer, Mr. Ram. I hope you were able to understand noun and noun case. Now, let's have a look at the types of noun cases. They are nominative case, objective or accusative case, possessive or genitive case, dative case, and vocative case. The first case that we are going to do is nominative case. When a noun is used as a subject of the verb, it is said to be in the nominative case. These are the easiest nouns to spot as they are typically the subject of the verb in the sentence. Do you remember how to find the subject in a sentence? First, identify the verb in the sentence. Then, put who or what before the verb to find the subject. You remember how to do this, right? Let's take an example. Mark eats cake. Here the verb is eats. When we ask the question who eats, we get the answer Mark eats. Hence, Mark becomes the subject of the sentence. Take another example. The question is wrong. Now, when we ask the question, what is wrong? We get the answer, the question. Here, is the verb and the question is the subject of the verb. Let's take a look at few more sentences. Rachel loves running. Who loves? The answer, Rachel. So, loves is the verb and Rachel is the subjective or nominative case noun. Next one. Becky was excited. Who was excited? Becky was. Here, was is the verb and Becky, the subject, is in the nominative case. I hope this was simple enough to understand. Nominative case as subject complement. Let's understand what a subject complement is. A word or phrase that follows a linking verb and identifies or describes the subject is known as a subject complement. Nominative case is also used for subject complement. For example, Mark is a businessman. When we ask the question, who is, we get the answer, Mark. Mark is the subject of the verb is. Businessman is the subject complement. It means it renames or describes the subject Mark. Let's take another example. The teacher was the speaker. When we ask the question, who was the speaker, we get the answer, the teacher. Here, was is the verb, the teacher is the subject of the verb, and the speaker is the complement of the subject. That is, it describes the teacher who was the speaker. Let's have a look at these sentences to understand subject complement better. The box is a present. Here is the linking verb. What is? Answer: the box. And what is the box? It is a present. A present becomes the subject complement, which identifies the box. Next one. The box smells funny. Smells is the linking verb. What smells? The box. The box smells how? It smells funny. So, funny becomes the subject complement which describes the box. Let's remember a few points. Subject-verb agreement. It means a nominative case noun must agree in number with the verb. It means that a singular noun must be matched with a singular verb. Similarly, a plural noun must be matched with a plural verb. For example, the cat was sitting on the roof is a correct sentence. The cat were sitting is wrong. The teachers are sitting in the staff room is a correct sentence. The teachers is a wrong sentence. Next point. Who is the nominative case? Whom isn't. It means in nominative case to identify the subject we ask the question who or what before the verb, not whom. For example, who was that? Here, who is the subject of the verb was. Next one. Who are you talking to? Here, who is not the subject of the verb. It should be whom are you talking to? The subject of the verb are talking is you and not whom. Since you are being asked the question, You become the subject. Let's take a look at few more examples to understand this better. The woman saw the cat. Ben is a policeman. That pie looks burnt. Ella was a ghost. Alan senses a problem. A list of names was written on the paper. Who is there? I hope this was simple enough to understand. Let's do a recap of what we learned in this session. We learned noun and noun case and the first type of noun case, that is nominative case. Now let's do a practice exercise. Identify the verb and the subject of the verb from the following sentences. The first one. Alice is thinking of leaving the country. Next. The painter paints the portraits. Next. Alan is a pediatrician. Next. Stars shine at night. Next. The army advanced. Last one. Platinum is very precious. The solution to this exercise will be provided in our next session. That's it for today. Have a great day.